All right, now we're going to be working with dividing using synthetic division if the leading coefficient's not 1. Okay, so we're going to start off with the same process. You take 3x plus 2, set it equal to 0, and you solve. So subtract 2. 3x equals negative 2. Divide by 3. So that is now the number that goes in the box. Okay, so negative 2/3 is going to go in our box. Make sure all the terms are still present. So 3, 2, 1, constant, everything's there. Write down the leading coefficients. So as you can tell, nothing has changed so far that we've done with synthetic division. The first term drops. Now, everybody's scared of fractions, but there's really not a whole lot to be concerned with. If you want to use your calculator and just simply type in negative 2/3 times 3, it'll work out just fine. Make sure you use parentheses, but if you want to do it the, mental way of looking at it, this is a division and a multiplication problem all into one. So this means divide by 3 and multiply by negative 2. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. And with synthetic division, we're always adding. 17 minus 2 is 15. Divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Add. You get 24. Divide and multiply. So divide by 3, that's 8. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times negative 2, negative 16, which leaves us with a remainder of negative 3. Now, this is where you have to do one additional step. So this is the only place that the process actually changes. Your leading coefficient was 3. Okay, this is the number that I'm looking at here. You need to divide everything except the remainder by 3. So that gives me a 1, a 5, an 8, and then negative 3 is still my remainder. So these are now the coefficients I use in my answer. So it was x cubed, now I'm at x squared. So 1x squared plus 5x plus 8 plus negative 3 over the 3x plus 2. And that would be my solution. So the only thing that's different is that we're going to be working with a fraction and that you need to divide by the leading coefficient right here at the last step. Okay? So divide by the leading coefficient before you get to your answer. So I'm going to give you one more problem to try. All right, so that is your new problem. Go ahead and write it down and get started. Work as far as you can, and then check back with the video to make sure you're doing it correctly. All right, so we set 5n plus 9 equal to 0 and solve it. Subtract 9, so you get 5n equals negative 9. Divide by 5, n equals negative 9 over 5. That is the number that goes in the box. So negative 9 over 5. Check to make sure you're not missing any terms, because again, if you're missing terms, you have to put a 0 in its place. So 4, 3, 2, 1, constant. Everything's there. So 5, 59, 105, 7, negative 41. First term drops. Now, divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times negative 9 is just negative 9. Synthetic division, we always add. So that gives me 50. 50 divided by 5 is 10. 10 times negative 9, negative 90. Add, you get 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. Add, you get negative 20. Negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 9, positive 36, so your remainder should be negative 5. Now, remember there's one additional step. If you haven't taken that step, go ahead and take some time to do that. Write your final answer now. Okay, the additional step was to divide by the leading coefficient. So divide everything except the remainder by 5. Okay, so that gives me 1, 10, 3, negative 4, and the remainder stays the same. So my final solution, I wasn't into the fourth, so down here I'm at into the third. So 1n to the third, 10n squared, 3n minus 4 plus negative 5 over the 5n plus 9 that we divided by. All right, so that's doing synthetic division when your leading coefficient's not 1. Remember, the only thing that changes at the very, very end, divide by your leading coefficient. Everything else stays exactly the same. Go ahead and finish up the problems on your synthetic division worksheet now.